And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sportsport. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sportsport here on a Wednesday. Barnes and Tony once again, first time since July 27th, coming off a night of both Yankee and Met wins, as he's alone on his own iceberg over there. How you doing, Tony?
Yeah, dude, you heard the call. Dude, I'm doing great, dude. Great to have you here, Brian, and great to be here. Obviously, it is should be pretty good game to recap. Sorry, my fucking
no,
classic, dude. But yeah, definitely stoked to recap the Mets win. Alonso obviously being the Mets home run leader now. It's it is pretty cool to see. And it's interesting because honestly, like, I don't know if you watched the game at all last night or saw the clips, but like, Cohen and Hernandez and Darlin in the booth are kind of like alluding to, it'd be great if Pete is here next year and can continue the streak and add home runs, and stuff like that. So it's definitely odd, kind of seeing this and where there's still a sentiment of, well, he may not even be a Met anymore,
Well, and I think that, again, goes back to this, they're thinking Stern's value chart.
Yeah.
But then also I think BT and Sal were talking about it, and even Keith and
even Al.
McMonagle filling in for Boomer and Gio.
Mm-hmm.
But just that, it seems like they think, they're just going to resign him. So I don't know. It's definitely a split thing. But like I said, I think Cohen will intervene. And it's interesting, too. I know, there's no way for me to just say this or to you're just saying this. But I just think Gary Cohen, in all seriousness, because obviously I don't like his announcing style to begin with, but I feel like he could have just called the home run and just said, he stands alone, Mets all-time home run there. The iceberg thing was ridiculous, honestly. It really was. There's no reason to do it. It was too much. That's all I'm saying. I think it was fine before that, but then it's like it just seemed like it was unnecessary. No, not at all, Tony. It's like the moment is he hit the home run, he's all-time leader. Like, why do we need to talk about an iceberg?
Yeah, I don't know, Brian. I think
Come on, no. You don't think that's a stretch? That's a little bit of a stretch, dude. Alone on his own iceberg.
I think you're alone on your own iceberg on this one, dude.
No, we'll see what the comments say.
Yeah, we'll see, dude.
When this is a TikTok later, we'll see all the Mets fans. I'm going to be starting to get death threats probably.
You probably will, dude. You probably will. Because, I don't know. I don't think the call was that bad. And clearly, obviously the nickname, the polar bear, the graphic, it was clearly something that was thought out beforehand, which is fine. I don't know. I thought it worked well.
I don't know. I just think there's a couple things as to, so there was that, and then I saw something on the TCA chat, sorry, we ran out of fireworks because the Mets hit too many home runs last night. A little chest out, and then also I think there was something like their attendance last night was 1,500 fans higher, and I don't know, Evan was posting it on the fan and stuff, and I don't know. Just a couple of things that
annoys you that the Mets are happy and doing okay last night.
So I would say out of all those things, to be honest, I think it was the iceberg. I'm telling you, Cohen.
Gosh,
it was such a force, dude. I'm trying to I don't know. I just think there was just no reason to talk about an iceberg.
That's just so funny, dude. But let's bring up the call.
Did you hear Howie's call?
No, actually, I didn't. I saw
did
when he tweeted afterwards about how great it was to call something like this. All right, let's see what's going on here. This I'm assuming is it.
He doubled off the base of the wall and left.
All right, let's try to not play too much because I don't want to get taken down. All right, here we go. We'll take it from it going out of the park. Let's share it here for the folks at home. Very nice. All right. Are you ready? Can you handle it, Brian?
No, I can handle it. Had to hear it a couple times already this morning.
All right. Here we go. You hear it again.
Headed back toward the wall. It's out of here! Out of here!
a polar bear on his own private iceberg. Pete Alonso, the most prolific home run hitter in New York Mets history.
Oh, but in all seriousness, trying to be fair, this and that, he could have said everything he said and just not said the private iceberg. There's just no reason to say private iceberg. Like, it's not like, like it's like, that wasn't funny, it wasn't clever, it was just a stretch. I'm sorry. And I think that's something with Cohen that, I don't know. It's just I just don't think that was, to me, that's very corny, very shtick. It's just not, could have just stuck to traditional. Stands alone, Mets all-time home run leader. What an accomplishment for Pete Alonso. Fine. Like, why do we need to talk about icebergs? You know what I'm saying.
No.
I know you're not gonna.
No, I can't.
Deep
I can't.
down,
No,
you didn't have to say it.
Of
though.
course, you don't have to say anything, okay,
What?
dude?
Oh,
Like,
I mean, what are you just
you're
gonna hit the
gonna
home run? Or
silent?
you're gonna say nothing?
Sure, go for it. All right, who's your job at that point?
Wait,
But
why didn't hear anything you said? I don't understand that. Over the audio.
Oh, because the call.
Okay,
was that
what I
good,
was
dude.
saying, everyone, if you missed it, is I was just saying I think I don't like Gary Cohen at all to begin with. And I was saying the call would have been fine, stands alone, Mets history, it's out of here. I know it's his call, but I just thought it was ridiculous. You don't need to say private iceberg. Like, what? What is this, Iceland? Like, it just, I don't know. It just was ridiculous. But no, listen, I mean, you see why all Mets fans, Alonso himself would be excited for that. Nice accomplishment. But there must be smoke where there's fire though on this contract thing though. I will say that, Tony, because it is odd that so many people are talking about that.
Yeah, no, it does kind of worry me. And I guess even going into this season, it obviously was a big question mark, to begin with. So I guess maybe that's why, and I guess because people know about, like you were saying, with Stearns, with trying to get the best bang for his buck, or to save, a few dollars. I mean, maybe that's why it's going to be in question. But like you said, I mean, I think Cohen will step in this. I mean, it would be, albeit very Met-like, if he were to leave the team.
I can't see it. I just, being that Cohen is such a big fan, and I really can't see it. And it's like, is somebody really going to go 10 years, $400 million? I just don't think so.
Yeah, no, I mean,
8 years, $320, maybe.
Yeah, I feel like he would get that. I mean, I feel like he yields that type of contract. But like you said, I mean, Cohen is a fan. Steve,
right.
he was there last night, obviously, in celebration of Pete, and obviously the congratulations on Twitter afterwards, and so I mean, I don't know. I feel like that, I think you said it yesterday. I feel like if the Wilpons still own the team,
of course,
that would happen.
Gone.
But the fact that Cohen understands like what it means to have Alonso as a Met, he's going to make sure that deal is done. And I would also think that Alonso wants to stay too, so he's going to make everything he can to make that happen.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly. And I think too, Cohen's very big on trying to change the narrative, and the narrative is, they never keep anybody long enough. That's why Strawberry is the all-time home run leader. So I just think the slack, the PR end of it, I just think that the whole organization just won't want to deal with, because I know you and the other fellow Met fans are going to be distraught if he leaves and goes to Boston or Toronto. Dude. And it's like, it was a 30, 40 million. Like, it's like everyone is going to, I mean, they're going to be public enemy number one if that happens.
Absolutely. And Cohen knows like the optics of that situation. Like you said, I mean, you go down the list of the Met home run hitters. I mean, people who didn't have entire careers with the Mets, obviously David Wright, the injury, like Piazza, who left, even fucking I think Delgado's in the top 10. Like,
guys that were there for 4 or 5 years.
Exactly,
right?
dude. And obviously, Strawberry himself, so, and they have, I believe they have one of the lowest home run records.
Up there with
as
the
a franchise.
Padres.
Yeah, dude.
Machado's the all-time leader there.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, dude.
Be interesting. Obviously, it's a whiles away. But a lot to get to. But we did get a bunch of comments. If you want to just read those off before we get into it.
Yes, dude. Josh B commenting the header. Barnes turning in his chair.
I mean, it's just one of those things. They both won, and the record was broken. So while it doesn't do anything for me, I could see why Mets fans would be excited about that. So that's being fair, Tony. So.
It is being fair.
Yeah.
Okay. It's
that's
a big
fine.
deal. It's a big deal for Alonso. A big deal for the Mets, dude.
Yeah.
Well, he came in with the Cohen thing. Which
No. He
What
said
up,
something wrong, not me.
No, he didn't say anything wrong, dude.
He did.
Josh B says, "What up, fam? What up, Josh B?" And then Matthew Gabriel says, "Come on, Josh boy." Matthew Gabriel, where are you? Josh B says, "Matty boy, what's up, dude?"
And then we already got to that.
Mr. Cohen, dude.
Matthew
Ryan says, "Matt suck." Jay Bird says, "He's the polar bear, Brian. They don't hang out on islands. They hang out on icebergs."
Ridiculous.
Dude.
As Tony would say, ridiculous.
Ridiculous. That's ridiculous, dude. What was ridiculous? Jay Bird says, "Eat your words, Matthew Ryan." Matthew Ryan texted me a photo of when the Mets just blew their lead, and they were down 5-4 or something, and that was right before Nimmo hit a home run to take the lead back.
So then you said
it's
something
ha
bad.
ha ha ha,
Right.
Matthew Ryan. So I'm gonna skip his comment right there, and then you have Derek Ho saying, "Hi there, dude.
Hi,
What's
Derek.
up, Derek?"
All right, but let's go to the world of Major League Baseball.
It's deep to left. It's 700. Albert Pujols.
Yeah, what a play! Stop it! Yep. And Alonso cracks one. The Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Drove deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
All right, so finally following up a win with another win, and the Yankees put on a clinic last night at Yankee Stadium over their favorite opponent, the Minnesota Twins. I think they were talking about it yesterday. Maybe it's me. Yeah, sorry. I don't know how that happened. I didn't touch it, but anyway, 100 and roughly, I think it's 122-41 since 2002 against the Twins, and I think they've won
That's wild.
9 in a row at Yankee Stadium over the Twins. And obviously, there's been so many different players, cast of characters, but the results remain the same. And it was kind of interesting. And yes, Jay, we don't rely on gimmicks and nicknames. But anyway, so
All
Mike's on.
Rise with Aaron Judge.
It's not a nickname.
No, but it's like a shtick.
It's a term. It's not
It's a shtick, dude. Yes.
No, it's not. Anyway.
What else is Judge's Chambers or whatever?
No,
Come on,
no,
dude. Come
it's
on.
not Hawk Tua,
Don't do
the
that,
Mayo
dude.
dispenser, okay?
Man.
Obviously you get the jokes. But anyway, so it was kind of interesting. Rodon, a 30-pitch first inning, gives up a run. You're like, oh, here we go. Rodon laboring.
The
Was he gonna go
Airbender.
5?
That's a nickname. That's a nickname.
No, that's a name of a pitch. But anyway,
No.
so he has that tough first inning, and then is just dominant. And the Twins, the rest of the game, do not even get one hit. So you want to talk about a line on a starting pitcher, and following up, Will Warren almost going 7 himself. Carlos Rodon, 7 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, only 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, a very economical 96 pitches over 7 innings. So he picks up his 12th win of the year, ERA down to 3.25, and had a great start to this season. A little shaky at times, but overall, it has been another strong year for Rodon, and even better, improving upon what he did last year. And then you didn't need to go to your big pieces in the bullpen. It was kind of interesting. You end up winning this game 9-1. So it felt like 9th inning, or you're going to go to Devin. But maybe it was 9th inning, why even sweat it out? Even if it's 9-1, we've seen them give 4 or 5 runs. So they just go to Hill and De Los Santos, and they make mince meat of the Minnesota Twins. No walks, 3 strikeouts in 2 innings between the two of them, and only threw 20 pitches. So that's how you draw it up. And speaking of drawing it up, the offense, early, often, a home run derby for the Yankees last night. Judge in the first, 425 feet. Volpe, all of a sudden, I think it's 18 home runs, 1 less than Vlad Guerrero, more than Fernando Tatis and Bryce Harper this season. So just kind of interesting when you look at it in that perspective. But a 3-run homer, so that blew it open 4-1, and the Yankees just add on from there. Giancarlo Stanton, another home run, 447 feet to center field. So Stanton now with 12 home runs. I think he's only played in 42 games, was 4 for 5 last night with 3 RBIs. And it's kind of interesting, the correlation. And I know he was already hot anyway, but it seems like it's even taking him to a higher level. And he was talking about old routines, but Stanton playing in the field and really swinging a hot bat. Bellinger with the bases loaded walk in the 7th made it 6-1. Stanton again with a single in the 7th made it 8-1. And then J.C. Escada back from the minors, an RBI ground out in the 8th made it 9-1. So a much needed win in Game 2 of this series for the Yankees. Now 64-56. And you think about yesterday, Cleveland won, Toronto won, Boston won. So you really, and Seattle won as well. You really needed to win this game, and that's what they do here. So you're gonna go for the sweep today. And it's just nice to see Judge get off the schneid. That was his first homer since coming off the injured list. The way Stanton's going right now, I mean, you can't get him out. I mean, he's hitting that well. I mean, he's just squaring up everything. The discipline at the plate, he's not chasing the slider lone away. It's just everything you want to see, if you're the Yankees. And, it's just such a big game today. Can you get a sweep? Can you do it against a quality starting pitcher? Because Joe Ryan, subject to trade rumors, everyone thought he was going to the Boston Red Sox at the trade deadline. He's gonna, he's not a pushover, as a starting pitcher. I mean, you look at his numbers this year. He has a 2.79 ERA, 146 Ks, 132 in the 3rd inning. So it's not going to be an easy task. Schlittler has been competitive every time he's out there, but he might not give you the length, so you might have to go to the bullpen. But luckily, the bullpen's rested, so I feel like you're in good position to sweep this series. So if just Schlittler can give you 5 or 6 2 runs or less, and then you're patient with Joe Ryan, and you don't miss the few mistakes that he may make, and you do damage with them, I think you'll easily win this game. And it'll be interesting if they go with Stanton, a 3rd day a row in the outfield. But it's amazing. I mean, once again last night, I think he had to make some putouts or whatever, but Stanton looks fine in the outfield. Like, and who called that, by the way? Everyone, oh my God, like it's going to be a complete disaster. Not only is it helping his offense, but he's making the plays he needs to make. And I think Yankee Stadium also is a good right field for him to play.
Oh yeah, definitely. What has he made any athletic plays? Like I haven't really seen flyouts and stuff like that.
Yeah, it throws in, everything's fine.
That's good.
But yeah, I mean, what do you think it is though? I mean, it's just the routine that he did all these years in Miami, and he's just used to that. And it's the moving around, I guess, just makes him more flexible, agile, and then when he gets to the plate, I don't know, he takes better swing. I mean, he just stays looser.
Yeah,
that's why he tightens up when he's a DH at times.
I mean, that would make sense. I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't really understand. I guess how. I mean, I feel like if you're an athlete and you have access to all these facilities and whatnot, you could probably stay loose in the dugout. I guess if you really tried, I don't really see the problem there, but. I mean, we've talked about it. I mean, I guess going into the season, right, he lost some weight too, so maybe he was just kind of built a little bit more for the field at this point. And I'm sure Stanton has been working really hard to make sure he can be in shape enough to play the field. So, I mean, it's still obviously, it'd be interesting to see if he does have to make like a tough play or a tough catch.
Well, I don't think he's diving, right? No.
You don't think he would attempt even?
I was going to say, like, maybe if the game's on the line late in the game, but if the game's on the line late in the game, he's probably not going to be playing in right field. They'll probably do a defensive replacement. So I just can't see him laying out for a ball. They probably don't want him to.
Doesn't that kind of worry you, though? Like, what if, like, I don't know, 3rd inning, runner on 2nd, he has an opportunity to make a play, and instead he doesn't dive, ball drops in, runner scores. Isn't that not good?
And then when he hits the 450-foot home run at the bottom of that inning, no, it doesn't bother me. It's not like he'll be on an iceberg out there.
You're on the iceberg out there, I
think. Wow, Matthew Ryan saying Yankees dominated like normal, real New York team. I'm going to the Yankee game tonight. Boom. So he's fired up.
Yeah, you better hope you get a win, Matthew.
Tony being a little facetious here. But listen, I know it's all perspective, and you can't get carried away. You can't get ahead of yourself. Yes, the Twins, are a depleted team right now, and you always have dominated them. So this is what you're supposed to do. But let's face it, for most of this season or the last 60 games of it, the Yankees haven't been doing what they're supposed to do. So obviously it feels good to win. Job's not done. get the sweep. I think Keith was saying something on the radio today, like sweep them so I know it's real or something. And then, the road struggles have been pronounced. I mean, you're 27-32. You're going to have to win 2 out of 3 in St. Louis. And I know they're not a great team, and they're around 500, so it's, that'll definitely be somewhat of a challenge. But it just starts one game at a time. And I think there's no reason, despite Joe Ryan on the mound for Minnesota, that you can't win this game. Because I feel like this Minnesota offense, I mean, you have Buxton, and then it's like, what else do you have? What else is there really to worry about? I think Cam Schlittler's going to have maybe the best start of his career tonight.
Yeah, no, I mean, you said it. I mean, this lineup, this team depleted, don't really have much. I mean, look at their batting leader is Byron Buxton. Like, there's
Triple Crown guy.
No one else, dude. No one else.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's just kind of, my thoughts. So, it feels pretty good. And it goes again with what we've always said. The ball's flying out of the ballpark. The Yankees usually win. It's those games where they don't, hit the home runs that they seem to struggle. So expecting nothing less than a sweep tonight. But these last 2 days feel good. And you just want to get the job done. Off day tomorrow. So not only, you haven't used too much of the bullpen to begin with, in this series. So you'll have everybody available today, and then the luxury of tomorrow having the off day. Excuse me. Wow. And then reset before the series in St. Louis. So, I mean, it's just like, and I'm sure it's the same with the Mets. Obviously, this was, only their second victory in the last 12 games. But, like, did it almost feel like, because I know, okay, a little different circumstances, but kind of the same. Like, did it almost feel like for you that it's like you forgot what a win felt like? It's just like you're so used to like just the negativity as soon as you wake up in the morning. Like the hopelessness.
Oh, yeah, definitely, dude. Especially in the way, I mean, the game was going, too. I mean, they did kind of blow a lead. Clay Holmes kind of blew a lead. But, so, yeah, you kind of thought, like, I thought that was going to be it, dude. Like, when they ended up tying it up, when the Braves ended up tying it up here, I thought, like, oh, this is for sure, like, a loss, especially, not even to remember what it feels like to win, but to have, you score 13 runs, dude. Like you put 6 homers. I don't think that hasn't happened all year for the Mets.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why they ran out of fireworks.
Yeah, that's why they ran out of fireworks, dude. And actually, all those 6 home runs all came on the second out, or on the final out, I should say, of the inning with 2 outs.
Yeah.
Which is the first time in MLB history that's happened.
6 homers?
6 homers, all with 2 outs.
Wow. So, it's good to get back to the winning ways.
Oh, yeah,
and, I'm sure, it feels good to win, but just curious. I mean, I know, there's some guys in the minors you can mess around with, but concern about Holmes because it was again walked him like it was like Chapman on the mound with the Yankees.
No, yeah, I mean, we talked about that yesterday. He has 10 walks this year against the Braves.
Didn't make it to the 4th. We talked about that.
Didn't make it to the 4th. Now he has 15. Right, I think his final line was 5 walks.
5 walks, yeah.
Yeah, 5 walks. Yeah, dude, and it just seemed like. He got, I guess, just the sinker just wasn't really fooling anyone. He wasn't locating it. He was being forced to throw a fastball a lot of times, too, to try and get an out. And he just doesn't, like, when that happens, when he doesn't have his sinker, it's over. It seems like any other pitch he tries to show out there, or he relies on his changeup that just gets hit, it's just over the middle of the plate. And he just doesn't do well, dude, So if the pitchers aren't, if the batters, if he's against a good lineup, it seems, where, like, that sinker gets fouled off instead of, put into play for a ground out or a double play or something like that, he gets lost, So, like, it's tough, dude. And because of that, he tries something else, and he has a location. That's where you get 3 2/3, 85 pitches thrown, and you're out of the game, dude. Not to mention giving up plenty of runs, So, yeah, it's a significant issue. Starting pitching in general is a significant issue. That was a problem that at the deadline, the Mets didn't necessarily do anything. Reinforcements, Mania, Senga. Well, I mean, they're not doing well. Clay Holmes has not looked like he did in the start of the year. So, there's a lot of talk of bringing up some prospects, dude. Maybe throwing Holmes to the bullpen.
I feel like you got it, dude.
I feel like you got it too. I mean, it does suck. But again, Hefner's supposed to be a good pitching coach. And you do, I think, 3 of your top 5 prospects are pitchers.
Yeah.
And it seems like two of them seem like they could do all right.
Yeah.
I was looking at some numbers this morning. You got two guys.
This is a guy.
Nolan McLean and Jonah Tong.
I think it was Tong. I was with Corey the other day. He was telling me they pitched against the
Somerset.
Yeah, and I guess was he in Double-A?
Binghamton Double-A.
Oh, okay, but he's in Triple-A now. He must have just promoted him.
Yeah, they must have, right? If you saw him pitch against.
Yeah. No, just because I saw Triple-A. But yeah, he said he was lights out, dominant. And yeah, that's a lot of strikeouts.
162.
But yeah, I just feel like you just said about Holmes, good teams, and then also we've seen this with Clay Holmes. Second half of the season, the yips, everything falls apart. It just, and you're saying like against good opponents, so it's like that basically sounds like he's not going to pitch a playoff game if you get there. So what's the point of even starting him right now? Like, you might as well put him in the bullpen. And I know you got bullpen help at the deadline, but I just feel like, I don't know, maybe more of a comfortable role for him. And then he's not high leverage. He's pitching in the 6th inning.
Yeah.
Might be better, more dominant, right?
Yeah,
more
dude.
stuff. Doesn't have to empty the tank.
Absolutely. Especially, not for nothing, but like, he could back up Senga when Senga goes, 5 innings or something, he can go, pitches the 6th and the 7th inning or something like that. Like, he'll be a good, like, longer relief as well to help, I guess, Senga and Minaya until they can dial it in, dude. Because it's just, I don't know what it is, dude. They were showing the stats last night. The second time around the order, these pitchers are just not good.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just getting hit. And it's just, I mean, we saw it last night with Holmes. We saw it Manaya's last start, even Senga's last start, too. It's just that one inning of the second time around the order, and it's the blow-up inning, and then it's gone, dude. Which is tough. But obviously, last night Mets good bullpen, so obviously the offense. So let's go.
And Montas to the bullpen.
Montas to the bullpen.
I was making the joke to the bananas. If it was up to you, in all seriousness, would you DFA him if it was up to you?
I don't hate the give him a shot in the bullpen.
Yeah.
But I feel like the DFA is still around the corner.
Looming.
Yeah.
But he's under contract next season?
Yes.
I think it was like 2 years, 35 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it just, what's the point at a certain point? A couple more comments here. I guess Jay Bird's a little facetious. I guess.
Yeah, dude, they're talking mad shit right now. Jay Bird doesn't want to have any from Matthew Ryan, though. But Matthew Ryan's talking shit, won't make the playoffs. Told the Mets are back to the mess. Then Jay Bird says, LMAO, hope the Yankees play well tonight. They deserve a good game, says Jay Bird. And then Matthew Ryan says, got a garbage pitcher in Holmes. DFA him, he says. Josh B says, we have all 3 in Dynasty Barnes. All 3 who?
What do you got? Mets prospect starters.
Oh, really? Dude?
Tang, and yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the future is possibly bright. And it seems like, too, Tony, I mean, it's been kind of a while since the Mets have, you think about Peterson, right? I mean, who else has really, recently been, called up, stuck in the rotation, right? I mean, there hasn't been
DeGrom.
But, I mean, that's
a
while ago.
It has been a while.
So, I mean, that must be exciting for you, the prospect of that working out.
Yeah, it's great,
right?
dude. I mean, honestly, their top 5 prospects seem pretty good. And I know we got Mullins at the deadline and stuff, but our number 1 prospect's an outfielder, so,
Yeah. And Mullins, he homered the other night, but he's been struggling, right?
He homered the other night, first time as a Met. He homered last night, too.
Oh, he did?
I'm pretty sure he was one of the 6. He was quiet. I wouldn't say struggling, just quiet.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Angelo loves the Yankees.
That's what he says.
Pop logo? Is that maybe he's talking about the Yankees?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yankee logo, gold.
It's all right.
I still can't believe you're just so defensive of Cohen with the iceberg.
I really can't believe you came in here with that take, to be honest.
But also though, did I not say there's nothing? I had no issue with the rest of the call. So I'm just literally it's just that.
What does that mean? That doesn't mean anything.
No, I'm saying it was professional. It was how it's supposed to sound, and it just was like one of those jokes. You know what? It almost I know. Okay, not really a joke. It's like a play on words, but it just sounded like one of those unfunny quote unquote dad jokes or something. It just wasn't funny.
It's not a joke though.
Yeah,
why are you thinking? What are you talking about?
It just meant to be coy though. That's it. It's oh wow.
It was a play on to him being the polar bear.
I don't know.
Michael K's done it during Judge's home runs, courts in session, whatever, all rides. It's been done. It's not outrageous. Like, he's the polar bear.
That was more Sterling, not so much Michael K. I don't think he's really saying court in session. He's just saying, there it goes. See ya.
Regardless, it's like not meant to be a joke. That's the call. It was a great call.
But you really think it's coy?
Do I think he was trying to be coy?
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, he was just, pointing out the fact that he's the polar bear. Like, they cut to a graphic of him, polar bear, iceberg, bang. That's what he says.
Hawk to a grimace.
You're a hater. I mean, it really is at the end of the day. Like, you just don't want it. You just don't need it. And that's it. Which is fine. It's fine. Then you hate him. Like, you don't want it to be good. You don't want him to be an announcer. You don't want success for the Mets. It's fine. But, I mean, it is what it is.
I just think, though, the thing that I don't like, and it almost reminds me of, and it's so different, but I'm just thinking about this as his jersey's hanging from the rafters here. But it's like the fact, like, just with Gary Cohen, according to Mets fans, he could do no wrong. And it's the same thing with Michael Jordan. Like, it's like, yes, there's so many great things to go by, but there are also some things that weren't great. So I just feel like you got to be fair. If you're going to say that, Gary Cohen, best booth, self-proclaimed, this and that, it's like, well, you have to accept the fact that he's not going to be perfect and some things are going to be up for criticism.
Are you comparing Cohen to Michael Jordan? Is that what you're doing right now?
I think that's how Mets fans look at him. Because I swear, I think the thought process is there's never been a better announcer than Gary Cohen. Is that not the thought process for the Mets fan?
Maybe for the Mets.
Right.
Sure.
So I'm saying. So a lot of people think like, no matter what, Michael Jordan.
Well, no, but it's not. I'm not like no one's saying that though. You're thinking that.
I know that based on the comments from last time when I was saying like the way he sound and everyone's just like jumping down my throat. So clearly they think that.
Well, it's just because your opinion in this matter is kind of wrong.
Okay, but you think, that again, that's just your opinion.
No one's sitting here and saying that, like he's untouchable.
So you don't think though that he's the best announcer, baseball announcer that you've ever heard, Gary Cohen? That's not
that I've ever heard. I don't know, but he certainly has been the best announcer for the Mets. I can confidently say that. Best announcer in all of baseball ever.
The Mets announcer before.
Exactly, Brian.
I mean, you weren't alive, I guess, right?
No.
Yeah.
Oh. No.
But just a little food for thought there. Head to the buffet line. That's the same thing as me saying that, which wasn't funny. Play Pat 22
it's
says
not supposed to be funny. Like, why do you think it's fun? It's supposed to be funny.
So then, what is it supposed to be?
It's just supposed to be like, wow, this is an amazing moment, and that's his call. He's the polar bear. He's alone on an iceberg by himself. Like, that's the call. That is a good call.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess you know what it is when I think of the best calls of like big moments. They're not usually like a play on words like that. That's all I'm saying.
Al Michaels' call, miracle on ice. What do you got?
What's the play on word?
Do you believe in miracles? Like, what is that? That's not.
Yeah, but he didn't say something
No. That has nothing to do with the game. That has nothing to do with who scored or who is against.
But
it was, do you believe in miracles?
And you're not talking
it went down as one of the greatest calls of all time.
But that makes more sense to me because it was a miracle.
Okay, and Pete Alonso is the polar bear.
I don't know. I guess it's just, from a young age, I think my mom wasn't into the nicknames, and I guess that always was implanted in me. I don't know what to tell you.
They never had a nickname for you growing up?
No. She just always, that was always her thing. Like, she's like, she didn't like Bry or anything. So I always thought it was weird when people called me Bry, which nobody really did, but occasionally they would throw that out there. But yeah, weird. And then, polar bear's corny. What's the loading? I don't get it. I don't get the loading.
I don't know either, to be honest.
The flan is loading?
I don't know, man. I think it must be maybe some new like TikTok thing that Jay saw or something. He's always up in the trends.
But see, there we go. That's another thing that it's just like, what are we doing here, Jay?
I don't know. Jay has to explain
a tribute to Cohen, I guess.
Yeah.
And then Play Pat says, "Ayo, is Anthony Volpe off the shit list?" That's in front, of course. So I would say, there's been some big hits recently. We haven't seen as many errors, but, what has it been? A week or two? Like, let's see how he finishes this season. I think there's actually exactly 40 games left for the Yankees. So, how many errors is he going to make? How many homers is he going to hit? And is he going to start being a clutch player? Because obviously that 3-run homer last night, I mean, that was big. It was a 1-1 game. It was a close game early, and that put him ahead. So can he have that tendency to rise to the occasion in the big moment?
Do you think so? Because I feel like when talking in regards to Volpe, that was it. That was he's always good for that. Like a big home run every so often.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it is the errors in the field. It is the strikeouts.
I think though from the All-Star break, I don't know. I think he has like 8 home runs, something like that. So I don't know. I guess it remains to be seen. I'm not like let's sign me up till he's 40. Anthony Volpe as our shortstop. But little sample size, looks pretty good right now. But there's just stuff to prove, just like the team itself. So go sweep the Twins today. That's what I would say. And then Matthew Ryan says Tony Polar Bear is very corny and lame. Polar Bear not good player. So I mean, see, this is where like I can be a middle ground here with Matthew Ryan. Like I think the nickname is a little corny. However, it's saying that he's not a good player is obviously a little ridiculous. Like obviously he's one of the best first basemen in the league. So and he has tremendous power. And I think the thing with him is if he could just like work on that consistency. I mean, he could win an MVP award. I mean, he has that type of power. It's just, I think the thing that's missing to like really complete his game is just not to have those stretches where it's like, it just seems like he's lost. But obviously that happens to all the best players in the league. So, I mean, nobody's going to be perfect.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
But I mean, is there a different level he can get to? I mean, can he hit 65?
I mean, yeah, like why not, right? I mean, if you could do 60, why can't you do 65, you know? And especially I feel like, someone like Alonso, I mean, he's someone who can also put the team on his back. Right. I think he's had 6 home runs in his last 10 games. So this is a guy who can go on a tear.
Is he getting better at all with the fastball up in the zone? Or is it still the same?
It's still kind of the same.
What was that, an off speed, that home run?
I'm actually not sure, but it was definitely middle of the plate. I can look.
Yeah, let's see it.
Let's check it out.
Imagine
here.
98.
90.
Strider, huh? Struggling.
Dude. Yeah, not good, dude. Finally, let's see. First home run off for Strider.
Wow. Okay, but that was right over the
down
middle.
the middle, yeah.
Okay, so but if it's upper quadrant,
yeah, if it's a high fastball, they're going after it.
Yeah.
Really, it's all of them, to be honest.
But it's interesting because I feel like he doesn't have. Oh, that was high, but it was only 89.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like he has slow bat speed. I mean, do you think that's like a mental thing?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just think maybe. I think so many times they swim underneath the high fastball.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's just ugh.
Well, I guess they like Michael K talks about this on the Yankee broadcast. I guess we do think like, and it's like appetizer for the hitter. They see a ball that's kind of like over the middle of the plate, but it's a little high, and they get excited that they can hit it. But it's just like it's so hard to get through the zone when it's higher like that, I guess is.
Oh yeah, dude.
So I mean that's that's the story from last night, but obviously, great to get the wins, but it's all, I think, just like I said yesterday about following it up. It's not going to feel as good if you fall flat in your face today. You had to have a strong performance today for both teams.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw who was going to be on the mound for the Braves, but it's a Carlos Carrasco, dude.
Oh,
so it's like, come on. Like, you should score 40 runs tonight.
Season over if he throws 6 scoreless?
Yeah. Pack it up, dude. Oh, no more fireworks.
I mean, Peterson on the hill as well, so you have to feel pretty good about that.
Should be dialed in.
And then you saved your bullpen because that guy pitched 4 scoreless. Hegman or whatever,
Hageman.
What's his deal?
I'm trying to remember. I think he's like 28 years old. He's been kind of up and down this year, obviously filling in with the pitching injuries. But I think it was limited MLB experience coming in here. I'm trying to remember. It's been a little while since we've seen him too, I feel. I believe his first name was Justin Hageman, yes. 28 years old. Oh, he's from New Jersey, dude. How about that? Yeah, seven games so far. 3.26 ERA. This season.
But he's been a starter in the minors?
No, I think he's still a bullpen guy.
Or both, looks like, right?
Yeah,
16 games,
like
9
both.
starts.
Yeah.
Boy, he actually was. Or no. Or yeah, his ERA was high.
High, dude.
Strikeouts though.
Yeah, he's a fastball pitcher, which is nice.
But he doesn't have good off speed.
No. Can't kick the fastball. It's over.
So you're tight. Basically, he's like a DFA guy.
It's interesting because, again, I feel like I don't know if it is Hefner or whatever, but it just seems like in these spots where they do call up these pitchers, like they've been good for a game, you know?
And then next time, forget about it.
That's what I mean, though. I'd be curious to see if they do go to him again, if they keep him up to see what he can really pitch like. But, I guess time will tell. You never know.
Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, big games tonight. Excited to get back out there. And did you update the picks? What are we looking at?
So I gained a game. I went 4-2. You went 3-3.
Okay.
Because you had Tigers in the under, which did not hit on either.
What's the Tigers? What the? In the Dodgers losing to the Angels?
Yeah, dude, how crazy is that? Didn't Angels have triple play last night?
No, and they might have, but also I think they're 5-0 against the Dodgers this year.
That's wild.
It's like, and I know this happened last year too. I don't know if it's like that's their World Series, but then it's like every other game, like they don't have that type of intensity, and they're probably tired of hearing about
Ohtani.
Yeah,
dude.
But I don't know. Stuff like that still surprises me. But I guess it really shouldn't because I feel like that's just baseball. There's just so many unexpected things happen.
Yeah. You think that you think if Anthony Rendon cared and was good, the Angels would be playoff contenders?
But the pitching though, right? Isn't that?
Do you think they would have kept Ohtani if he was good and they were?
Well, they could have signed him. They could have matched the deal, but they didn't want to. But I think it's
he was going to leave anyway, though.
I think it's more than that. I don't think they're necessarily drafting the right players, even position players. Even though the offense is okay, but it's still I don't know. They're not selecting gems or developing guys that much.
No.
You know.
Well, in any case, for the records here, you're sitting at 25-15, and I am 22-18.
Okay, so what? 22-18, and I'm 25-15. So what is that? 3-game lead?
It is a 3-game lead.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're leading off, right?
I am leading off.
In another edition. MLB 6-pack pick segment. Hirsch Law Firm. Back to Citi Field. Fireworks are readily available for tonight.
Readily available. They called the guy. They doubled down. Give us 2 shipments, please. And they're going to need it, dude, because as I mentioned earlier, Carlos Carrasco on the mound. And listen, Brian, you said it, especially after last night's win.
Come on.
There's just no excuse here, okay? You should have another night, 6 home runs. Alvarez, 2 last night. That was awesome. Maybe he's heating up. I mentioned the polar bear heating up also. Wouldn't be surprised if it's another one out tonight to make it 255. I guess that would make it. And I think I'm going to call that, dude. I think you can book that one. Alonso, anytime home run. And I feel like Soto was a little quiet last night. I know he was going to be my big player to watch last night. And I feel like maybe tonight he's going to hop on this train, dude. And maybe even Nimmo is going to start to heat up a little bit too. It's kind of crazy to think because obviously the bats last night, crazy, 13 runs. Will they do it again? It's hard to. But I would still hammer the over here, even with Peterson on the mound. He's going to be getting his 8th win of the night, no doubt about that. A 2.98 ERA, a couple last starts, a little spotty. I feel like this would be a time for them to really buckle down. Because, especially with the Braves opening up with Clay Holmes, that's like a gift, honestly. Okay, night and day pitching against or facing Peterson, I should say, because his off-speed stuff is way better, as well as his fastball and everything really about him. So I would hammer the Mets here. I see the Mets put up 9 runs. And Peterson, 7 scoreless. Maybe a bullpen gives up a solo shot to Ozuna or something, or Matt Olson. He's been, obviously doing really well for the Braves. But I'll say give me the Mets here. I'll say it's 9-1 Mets in the over.
Wow, aggressive. Bang, there.
Emphatic. Yes.
All right. So across town, a series finale. Twins, Yankees going for the sweep. We mentioned Schlittler opposed by Joe Ryan. I think career 386 against the Yankees ERA. And a 409 specifically at Yankee Stadium. So, he's pitching better to that. So it seems like, we always get to him somewhat. Maybe we won't tattoo him for 5 runs, but who knows? The way that the offense is kind of clicking right now, you never know. But I like what we've seen out of young Cam Schlittler. It seems like every time he pitches, he keeps the Yankees in the game. And when you're pitching a rookie, who's only made a handful of starts in the league, I mean, that's really, all you could hope for. And you look at the games that he's pitched this year, they're 2-3, but he hasn't allowed more than 3 runs. So he's allowed 3 runs twice, 2 runs the other 2 times. I think they've been close competitive games, all these games. So I'm expecting more of the same here. And let's get him through 6. We haven't done that, but we get more length from our starters this series. So 6 innings, I would say the 2 earned runs that he seems to give up. And I think more strikeouts. We saw 7 in the first outing. The most he's had in the start since then was 6. This is his 6th start of his career. But I think he'll have 8 strikeouts over those 6 innings. And I think the Yankees get to Ryan for 3 runs over 6 innings. So it's a close 3-2 game. But maybe Anthony Volpe with another home run. 19 on the season to blow it open. And I think that'll be the final score here. Yankees winning 6-2. So I believe that would be the Yankees and the under.
Under, yeah, it would be. The Yankees and the under. All right, second game here for me. Where do we go, dude? A lot of interesting matchups here. Walker Buehler for the Red Sox. Ooh. I think I'm going to go with the Dodgers here. I know we're just talking about them. Kind of wonky. Yes,
Ohtani,
the Dodgers.
tribute
Ohtani,
video.
though, the tribute video. Also looking for his first win of the season, dude. Obviously hasn't pitched a ton, but you want to look at his last time out, Brian. Ohtani threw how many innings? He threw, oh shit, dude, I totally forgot because I'm with the bats. Regardless, dude, I'm taking Ohtani. All right, I'm gonna say he throws, I don't know, 6 scoreless in the 7th, maybe a Taylor Ward 2-run homer. Ohtani ends his night 7 innings, say 7 1/3, 2 earned runs. I'll say 8 strikeouts, no walks though. Control nice. Kyle Hendricks, maybe a solid night for himself as well. I can see maybe 3rd time around the rotation, 6th inning, gets into some trouble, gives up maybe a 3-run blast. Could be by Ohtani himself, but I would say probably Freddie Freeman, honestly. Dodgers end up winning this game. I'm going to say 5-3. So it's Dodgers in the under for my second pick.
All right. So for my second game here, I'm going to go to Texas. The Rangers have played well at Globe Life Field. A little bit of a reunion of sorts as the former teammates score off, and Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly. And obviously Gallen, the struggles have been pronounced. That's why he wasn't dealt at the deadline. 5.31 ERA. Kelly has been more consistent. 9-7, 3.38. Rangers breathing down the Yankees' necks here in the wild card standings. That's why it was good to get the series win the last time those 2 teams matched up. And the teams have split the 2 games so far. They've both been close. The Rangers won in extras on Monday, 7-6, and then yesterday falling 3-2. But I think Gallen hammered, maybe 6 earned over 4 1/3. Kelly 6 innings, 2 earned. And I think the Rangers put up 8, give up 4. Rangers and the over.
Rangers and the over, dude.
Brewers are due to lose, by the way. 14-0 against Skeens. I mean, that's got to be the pinnacle of the whole streak.
You would think so.
11 straight?
Brandon Woodruff has been dialed in, though. I know. It's so tough, dude, but I feel like I'm going to go with the Astros. Why not? Speaking of being somewhat dialed in, dude, the Astros here winning 3 of their last 5. Just lost to Boston 14-1 last night. They won. Oh, no, they did lose. My bad. So I feel like the bounce back here, you think, maybe Milwaukee loses. Here we go. The parallels between these 2 teams. Watch out, dude. Give me the Astros, though. Hunter Brown, solid pitcher. Going to go for his 10th win of the season. And the reason why I like the Astros here, Red Sox, I know the offense, they've kind of been doing all right. 11 games over 500 now. Second division, watch out. Doesn't matter. The Walker Buehler, he's going to last maybe 4 innings. 6 earned runs, dude. Everyone and their mothers will be scoring on the Astros lineup here. Hunter Brown, quality start, 6 innings, 2 earned runs. Stros go on to win this game. I'm going to say 7-3. So give me the Astros and give me the over for my third and final.
All right, third game, final game here. I am going to go with the Tigers. I think they're going to get off the schneid here. The White Sox are going to keep kicking their ass, melting on the hill against Smith. Smith's been okay, whatever. White Sox are 44-76 for a reason. The Tigers, well, it's been tough times recently at times. I think they right the ship here, and I think they win this game. Let's say 5-3. So that would be the Tigers and the under, just like that, six-pack MLB pick segment, Hirsch Law Firm, and strike the music back up for another edition of the Immaculate Grid, a little Chi-Town rivalry theme here.
I got one for the Chi-Town, dude. Another guy, dude. This is a guy, dude. Jake Marisnik.
Okay.
All right, let's go again, dude. Between him and Tommy Pham, they've been taking up like every guy I have here for the
White
grid.
Sox Mariners.
Bang.
Edwin
Encarnacion.
He was the top one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there he is. Edwin
1%.
Encarnacion.
There we go.
Dude.
And I feel like we had this White Sox Hall of Famer before, and I'm just completely blanking, but it was someone that was easy and we weren't thinking about it. I guess we could think about it for a second, but we definitely had this.
Was it who is that? Wow, speaking of nicknames, Goose Gossage, right? Didn't we use Goose Gossage?
He was on the White Sox?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we used Goose Gossage.
Use him.
Is that all right with the nickname, dude?
Well, that's actually like what everybody call him. Not like no one calls him Polar Bear Alonso. People used to call him Goose Gossage.
Goose.
There we go. Good call there, Tony. You're
dude.
dialed right now.
Dialed in. I think we've done Bobby Bonds for the Cubs 300 home runs before too.
Bobby played for. I don't know why I'm blanking on that part of that. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure maybe it was an Ernie call, maybe on that one then.
Wow.
Because I'm pretty sure we've had this. Or you don't believe me?
No, it's not that I don't believe you. I mean, I guess, right? Oh, I got a good one though. So for Mariners home runs, a theme of mine, Richie Sexton.
Richie. Bang, 3%. There we go.
And then the 300 for the Cubs, Moises.
You want to do Moises? All right, let's do Moises. Bang, 3%.
There we go.
Do you want to do? You think Ken Griffey Jr. is gonna be too much?
Yeah. Hall of Famer, 300 home runs, Mickey Mantle.
4%, dude. I don't know, dude. David Ortiz.
For the 6 worst
season. It's gonna be one of those things which me like doesn't matter because there's so many of them.
Yeah, I guess. 0.7, there you go.
Bang. Seattle 6 war season. Ichiro. Ken Griffey. Randy
A-Rod.
Johnson. A-Rod. Adrian Beltre.
Maybe not Beltre because he was a little disappointing with Seattle.
What about someone like recently? Who's a guy? Julio Rodriguez? Too much?
I'm almost thinking A-Rod. What do you think?
I'd be down to go A-Rod.
Yeah.
A-Rod's a nickname.
8%.
8%.
I mean, we've been doing pretty good, so that's fine.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Cubs,
This is a
6
guy.
war.
I got it.
Craig Kimbrell.
Anthony Rizzo.
Anthony Rizzo, dude. Mr. Rizzo, as Matthew would say. 4%.
What,
dude,
26? Solid, right?
Not bad at all, dude. We breezed through that guy.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, great grid there. Not
Solid
really
grid.
too many snafus. The value of teamwork. And, yeah, Felix Hernandez would have been another good one.
Yeah.
Crazy how quick, his career kind of went to shambles. He was so dominant, and all of a sudden he lost a little velocity, and then that was it. Kind of retired younger. It's kind of interesting. So I see Kev Dew is in here, and he was being facetious, saying, "Oh my God, Judge is back." So he had the worst analogy I've ever seen last night in the TCA chat. And
What'd
he
he
has
say?
an anger issue with Yankee stuff. So like we understand that. Everybody, in the chat, mostly anyways, Yankee fans. There's a couple Mets fans, but so I think somebody said like, "Oh, Judge is back because he had a hit the other night, then the home run," and then he's like, "Oh, he went home run. That's ridiculous. It's not back." Like that's like me saying that, Francisco Alvarez because he homered tonight is gonna win the MVP. And we're like, well, there's a little difference here. I mean, Judge actually has won MVPs, and Francisco Alvarez, for all intents and purposes, right now, great home run last night, whatever. But obviously, he sucks this year. I mean, so it's like terrible analogy, terrible job there, absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
So talk about a stretch. So I guess really the only other thing we wanted to do here was the BMW championship in Maryland. You think the concession stand, Tony,
I can take
will
it.
have my dad's chips?
They really should, dude. They don't know what they're doing over there at the BMW.
David from Maryland,
dude.
Owing Mills, Maryland at Caves Valley Golf Club. I kind of feel like there hasn't been. Oh, okay. So they were here in 21. That was the only time they had a PGA Tour event. So this is rotating every year. Last year we were in Castle Pines in Colorado. But Keegan Bradley is your defending champion here. He won at 12 under last year. Hovland at 17 and 23. Cantlay at 14 and 22. And then Cantlay back-to-back also won at 27 under and 21. Cantlay's an interesting guy, well-known, but, he hasn't won a big major. He's won some of these playoff events, but kind of interesting. He got some success in this tournament. But this course, 7,366 yards, $20 million prize fund. So the winner getting 3.6. Doesn't it feel like that is the common thing? If it's 20 million, the winner always gets 3.6.
Yeah. Why, you think that's too little?
No, I'm just saying it just seems like they that's just like the standard way that it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just
Standard
have kind of noticed that. So, you got your top 50 here left, from the, FedEx Cup standings here. Obviously, top 30 getting to East Lake. So I'm sure, throughout this weekend, there's going to be talking about who's moving in, who's moving out. And like we've mentioned many times, all just about getting to East Lake because everybody will have the same chance here once they get there because, no starting strokes. But as you can imagine, your top golfers, everybody's here. Rory, after sitting out last week, is back with Scotty and Xander and Justin Thomas. Russell Henley as well. Colin Morikawa, Harris English, JJ Spawn, Ludwig Aubert, Keegan Bradley. We mentioned him, at this tournament winning last year. So, obviously a quality field, no cut, being there were 50 golfers. So everybody kind of just jockeying for position here. So not a ton of names, Tony, to choose from. But what are you thinking here?
It's tough, dude. I mean, I think I'm going to go with a Ludwig Aubert for the BMW Championship winner here. I think he is due, and I mean, you look at his last few tournaments, even just last weekend, tied for 9th at FedEx St. Jude, tied for 8th at the Scottish Open here. So I just feel like he's been kind of teetering so far around, and obviously he's been mixing in a couple cuts there every so often. He's cut from the U.S. Open, but I don't know. I just feel like that this tournament, I feel like sometimes a younger guy wins it. Hovland did win it, I think, 2 seasons ago. I know Bradley, obviously not young, won it last year, but still, I just feel like Ludwig Aubert kind of due, especially as we're getting up towards the end of the season with only, I think, 1 win, right? That was it the fucking Century? No,
Genesis at Torrey Pines.
That's right, dude. So I feel like he's due for another one. So give me Aubert. I'm going to say 17 under for him. And I guess for a sleeper, I mean, I wouldn't really say Cantlay's a sleeper. I guess give me a Dietrich, man. Give me Thomas Dietrich, classic Belgium man. I feel like he's my go-to sleeper. Give me Dietrich. Why not, dude?
All right.
At 18 under.
I'm going to do a rare back-to-back here.
Really?
Give me Justin Rose. I mean, obviously dialed last week, winning in the playoff, and I think he's going to follow that up again. I mean, I think he's, riled for this kind of twilight of his career, probably before he plays on the Champions Tour. He feels like he saw some of his best golf left, and he wants to win another major championship. I think the U.S. Open next year is back at Marion, where he won in 2013. But speaking of 13, I think he'll win this tournament at 13 under. And then as a sleeper, I'll go with Cam Young. Just kind of a shot in the dark here. Obviously, you feel like the confidence is a little higher after winning his first career PGA Tour event at the Wyndham a couple years ago. So that's kind of my thoughts there. So I think it'll be great. I think it'll be interesting. And then your TV coverage 9:15 tomorrow on ESPN Plus before moving over to Golf Channel at 2 p.m. So the penultimate event, Tony, of the PGA Tour season here.
Another playoff for Rose or no?
No, straight up.
Straight up.
I mean, you're impressed with Rose, right?
I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, the guy loves pressure too. Both wins coming in the playoffs too.
Yeah.
Not fucking bending, but not breaking.
And not letting the disappointment of Augusta losing in the playoff ruin his season.
Exactly.
So that's important. And then Kev here saying, Brandon, I was getting that down in Brandon because Judge hit a home run. They were saying he's back. Come on, bro. That's why if he's good the next one, maybe you can say he's back. My argument there is he never left, Kev. You know what I mean? He's been MVP, best player in the game his entire career. So just because he's injured, just because he goes through a slump, he's always there. He's not going anywhere. So that would just be kind of my rebuttal there. But so I mean, it's a renewed sense of optimism, would you say, Tony, going into tonight with the Mets? Or?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's almost similar to you right now.
Yeah.
It's like you want the sweep. I also want the sweep. Right now I want to win game 2. You win game 2, then it's like then you can start talking about renewed sense, optimism sorts of deals.
And a lot of people talk about, because of the opponent, and this could apply in both circumstances. Obviously, both teams aren't going to be in the playoffs this year. But like I've always thought that if you're going through a tough stretch, it doesn't matter who you beat. The fact that you're winning and doing good things and showing those good things out in the field gives you confidence, and confidence can take you anywhere.
Oh, yeah, dude. And not for nothing, I feel like for the Mets here, I mean, it's the Braves.
Yeah.
You know, that series, the matchup has always been competitive no matter what, no matter who is where in the division. So, yeah, I mean, it's good to see these wins against the Braves. And not to mention, I mean, 13 runs, too, is nothing to sneeze at here. I mean, that was an offensive beatdown, and that's what you want to see against Spencer Strider, who's been pitching really well. So, whoever denounced, and same thing for the Twins, too. I mean, you go out there, you beat Ryan today. He's a good pitcher.
Yeah.
So it's like if you start, tell those people to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, and it just, I don't know. To me, and I know it depends on the opponent, it's different, but again, like you see them play well, feels like you could do it against anybody. Will you? That's a different story, but it's just the fact that possibility is there is all we need.
Exactly.
Right? So, let's see what happens. And then James Cook, after the hold in 4 years, $48 million for the Bills, figured that deal was going to get done. He's been one of their more important players other than Josh Allen over the last couple of years. And then really, that's it. Obviously, as we inch closer to the football here in a few weeks. And then I guess other than that, gaming corner tonight.
That's right, dude. 7 p.m., dude. Ghosts of Tsushima.
What is that?
You're a samurai in like feudal Japan. And it's a dope, like kind of like I guess you can say it's an RPG, like a role playing game. Very
You're
graphic.
gonna crack up when I say this, but does that have anything to do with that sword that you guys have here, or no?
The sword. No, it has nothing to do with the sword.
Didn't you you were using it to like open the door?
Oh,
Right?
Yeah. No, that sword's actually from Zelda. That's a Zelda sword. Dude,
okay,
so.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It was a good attempt anyway,
Yes,
Tony, right?
yes, it's a good attempt.
The parallels.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's really where we're at. Obviously, tomorrow we'll talk about tonight's games. And take a look at what's going on at the BMW. There'll be some golfers on the course. And let's run it back. Like we said, first time since July 27th last night.
Oh, yeah.
Both teams winning. Let's do it again.
Oh, Mets call up McLean. Mets called up Nolan McLean, right-handed pitcher prospect.
Okay.
Debut on Saturday.
Who are they playing?
After the Braves, I don't know, dude. Who do they have after the Braves? Hold on, stand by. Let's go. Schedule. Is it Washington?
Seattle.
No, Seattle. That's right. At
Okay.
home against Seattle, and then they're in Washington. So
Saturday versus Brandon Wu.
versus
Boy.
Woo, dude.
So
4:10 game. That's gonna be a nice game to be watching.
yeah,
Let's fucking go.
So there you
4:10.
go.
Start drinking a little early.
I mean
Let's
that's
go, dude.
another thing to be excited about. So maybe the tides are turning here.
Yes, let's hope, dude.
So yeah, let's go. But here we are, another great show today. Really appreciate everybody who tuned in and continues to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jane. Costume the merch at DowntimeTV.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games, enjoy Gaming Corner. Let's go Yankees,
Let's go Mets.
and we will see you.
Oh, dude, I hit the wrong button. Hold on, stand by, dude.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.